Ahoy there, Briney here, coming at you with another Genshin Impact video. Now in the last video, I gave some tips and tricks of how to start the game, and now we are off to get some more stuff and some more characters. Right after we talk to the blacksmith, apparently.
Why?
This is the first Paimon's heard about it. What, so you want Paimon on the front line now?
Yes.
She's a tiny one, isn't she? They need to be purpose-built.
Wow, he does bespoke weaponry?
Of course. I sell weapons, make them to order, and do refinements. All in the job description for a blacksmith. All you need is the ore. Anywhere. Everywhere. You look confused. Listen, I'll tell you where the nearest deposits are. Bring some back and I'll help you forge what you need. No need. I have other things to do.
He seems like a short-tempered guy.
All right, yeah. So you can talk to Wagner about making weapons, about selling weapons. Actually, all of these are really cheap to buy. And as you can see, I already, just starting the game, have a lot of gold. So it's good to just buy all of these. I can now take a new weapon. As you can see, this one has pretty garbage attack stats. Now I have this one, which I can switch to. And I can then feed all of these weaker weapons into it to make it stronger and start dealing some more damage. And I believe about 80 to 90% of the XP put into a weapon can then be put into another weapon later on. So leveling up the weak weapons right now will actually help you in the long run. That's a much better bow. These blue ones I want to keep for now because they actually do some damage. Alright, we're going to meet Kaeya. He's over there, which means we don't really have a teleporter point to get there any faster. So I guess we walk.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Little tip, the tornado can pick up the Baron Bunny, so using that as a combo move actually works pretty well. And you're gone. And you're gone. And now I can see a little chest marker there, meaning that I can come over here and I can grab my newly earned chest for killing slimes. Now you always want to look around for some enemies, because at the first couple levels you get a lot of chests and they're going to give you lots of materials that you can level up your weapons and level up your characters. These will become more and more rare as you go on. Chests do not respawn in this game, but new chest spawns as you level up. Ooh, and here is another chest mechanic. So this is called a Sealy. It's a little wisp. And you need to follow and take it to these little altars over here. Boop. And they unlock new interesting things. Those are wind gusts, which let you move further. And ta-da, we got another chest with some more stuff. Now we can take that stuff and slap it on some of our characters. I'm pretty sure I have a couple feathers now. Yeah, I can toss that on her. Wow. A lot of feathers this run, nothing else. That girl sells goodies and stuff. These rocks cause status. So if this wasn't an elemental character, he would be wet right now. But, yes, Amber's absolutely useless skill that never seems to hit in the first place. It has a taunt on it, but it's not very good, and because you have to hold it down to throw it further and everything, it's just a really annoying skill to use, and it misses half the time. You can pick it up with the Animo Traveler's Elemental Burst, or with Jean's E. If you have a Jean, you can use the Baron Bunny in a little bit more of an interesting way, but it's just that ability and her Elemental Burst are both absolutely terrible, so Amber is not really a good character to use. So I definitely would not recommend leveling her up as one of your options, but if you need to kill the Oceanid, it is actually very hard to get other bow characters within the game, unless you're lucky and get them within a wish. To put out these flowers and collect them, you need a water or ice type character. So I'm going to be getting Kaeya here so I can actually get those flowers.
You've arrived.
Yes,
Come
I've
closer.
arrived.
Can you smell
I've
that?
arrived right on you, Kaeya. Smell burnt
Something must have
pyro
happened in the
slimes.
temple. I imagine there will be slimes, hilly churls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power. Oh yes, it is going to be lively in there indeed. As bustling as it may be, no, I can't imagine it will be dangerous at all. Let's head in. No one makes offerings to the Four Winds anymore, yet the old winds never vanish. We need to clear out the temples for the Four Winds.
Alright. So, we're about to enter our first temple. So when you're within these temples, you cannot climb anything. Your climbing ability is turned off. And as you can see, if I'm higher level, I can then do extra challenges within these temples. So for now, I don't get Kaeya until after the temple, which is big sad. Or do I get him here?
Let me show you how the Knights of Favonius conquer our adversaries.
Never mind. We get to test trial him here.
If I'm not mistaken, the end of the temple should be up there.
Also, well, in here, you cannot switch weapons of your character. Well, you cannot switch weapons for trial characters.
How do you know?
In later domains, you can't switch weapons or give XP to any character. Cryo skill. So now we have a couple characters that we can mix and match elements. So if a character is wet and you use ice, you can freeze them. I can then hit him for a melt, which does extra damage.
What's the
2 times damage actually. So freezing them is very good. I can also refreeze or freeze other character with Animo Traveler. So as you saw, he froze before he died. Basically,
So how exactly is it that you're able to
how
channel
the
elemental energy?
It was a very strange occurrence.
how Anima works is that it basically spreads the element that is on a character to surrounding enemies. While ice mixed with water creates a freeze, which then the target's CC'd for a little bit. If anything has ice on it and then you apply fire, it does a melt, which hits for 2 times damage. The other thing that hits for 2 times damage is if a target has pyro on them and you hit them with a water attack, it then causes a move called Vaporize, which also hits for 2 times damage. And these are much stronger moves and very good in the long run. Yeah, so simple little puzzles over here.
No escape.
We got some reverse vaporizes, so because they're water and I hit them with fire, it hits for 1.5 times damage, not 2 times damage. So it's still extra damage, but you could do better if you get the order down.
Finally, we're here.
But those are the only 2 abilities where the order of application actually matter. If you apply, what is it? The electro damage, so lightning damage to an enemy, and then water, basically any enemy nearby that has water on it, the lightning can then jump to. Or it can just jump to the closest enemy. So it's really good for AoE damage, but it doesn't increase your damage against single targets by that much. It does. It is a damage reaction. The one that does the least is probably Geo Reaction or the Earth type. It basically. So yeah, pop that, got Hydro, and my Tornado was infused with Hydro.
We should get Jean to give you a title and make you a knight.
So where was I? We got Cryo with water, kind of jumps off and does extra damage. Or, not Cryo. Electro with water jumps off, does extra damage. Cryo with water causes freeze. Underwater spikes, too dangerous to swim through. Right. So Kaeya can freeze like that. And then Animo Traveler can actually then increase the freeze size. So, as you saw there, it kind of froze over. Ah, there's a chest.
The exact details. If you're interested, you can ask the acting Grand Master about it.
Yeah, and if you die, you don't lose much. You just lose some HP on every single character in your party. But if you keep dying over and over again, then you have less and less HP to deal with enemies. And if you don't have a healer, that becomes bad, and dying doesn't become that big of an issue until you get into endgame content, such as the Spiral Abyss.
Is that the thing that Storm Terror is using to gain its power?
Seems probable. Let's deal with it.
Alright, let's break you.
Bravo. What a performance. You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight. The battles you just fought were sights to behold. I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty. Stories of
I be modest as all
shall be known throughout the city of freedom, well into the future. Please do visit me at our headquarters when you have the time. I also know a lovely tavern, if that's more your thing. Quite rewarding, no?
We've seized another temple from Storm Terror's grasp.
I can take care of the rest here. You go take care of other things while I'm at it.
See you later then, bye-bye.
There's no way Hilly Turtles organized an ambush like this themselves. Not with their limited mental capacity. guess you were behind this.
Ooh.
Knights of Favonius, always so inefficient.
Agree to disagree, but your involvement in this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
A D-Luke. He's one of those 5 stars that's just so good. If you have him, you probably won't have any troubles with this game. Alright, Kaeya is in the party. Now, Kaeya is worth leveling up in the game if you would want him. Elemental orbs restore HP. Let's actually give Kaeya that sword. Let's give Main Traveler this sword. I always try to keep at least for the blue weapons. I always try to keep at least 1 on hand. Let's also enhance with the old swords we got. And that'll be good for now. 59 damage, yeah. Those flowers are... Well, I'm fighting it now. They're a little bit more difficult to deal with. So when they're doing that, you want to break their shield. So that one's Cryo, so Pyro does a good job at breaking shield. There we do. Reverse melt, so not good damage, but decent damage. And there we go. I'll probably do a video based on elemental damages later, but basically there I applied Cryo. Now if I hit with Pyro, I'll get ×2 damage on the hit. If I get a headshot, which is a weak point for these characters, it will automatically crit. So you don't need crit rate on bow characters. There's a way to get 100% crit, but it is still nice because if you're doing shots like that, you cannot headshot. You can only get headshots if you're doing aim shots like that. Okay. Hit that. I really should have hit them with a ability. So this guy has a shield. You have to kind of get behind him if you want to do damage. And yeah, there we go. So the Animo Traveler, it's his special ability that he can basically take whatever element is next to him and technically like recast it. So as you saw, there was like fire on the grass. I can light the grass on fire here. And I can use this, and you see how it turns orange, and it turns into that. And also you take environmental damage, so as you can see, I'm taking some burn damage for standing on this grass. He is taking burn damage, so wooden shields, wooden clubs, they actually burn away, so you can break them. And this guy is applying wet to me, and then that guy is applying freeze, so I want to get rid of one of these so that I can't get frozen. You just tap spacebar to get unfrozen if you are frozen. And we get a free chest. Alright, we're making some headway.